19. Okay, let's do that. 19 is a popular question. Yesterday, somebody already asked that. What was the question? Is cosecant square theta over what? Cotangent theta is equal to what? Okay, so for me, like I only do one adjustment at a time. I can choose the left side or right side. In this case, I'm gonna choose the left side because I feel like this more complex. So if you guys think the, that's what I told Emerson is, I mean, if you grew up with like Naruto, like you know how Naruto he has a shadow clone, he can clone to multiply their version of themselves, and that's pretty much what happened here. Except this can they will call it multiply of 2. You can split up to 2 different cosecant. Is that okay? So it's gonna be cosecant theta times cosecant theta over cotangent of theta. Is that okay? That's just understanding. Now this one is gonna be 1 over sine theta. Is that okay? Over what? Cosine theta over sine theta. Does that make sense? Because I just... Now, remember, I'm not moving. I'm not doing the other side. I'm just going to keep on going to this side. So if I have 1 over sine theta times sine theta, now this one's going to keep change flip. So it'll be sine theta over cosine theta. So this one is going to be cancel out like this. So it'll be 1 over sine theta times 1 over cosine theta. Now, if you realize the other side is cosecant and secant, can I change this one's cosecant theta? And you implement that. Now, this one you can keep on writing cosecant CSC theta, secant theta, CSC theta, secant theta, CSC of theta, SEC of theta, and eventually that's equal to CSC of theta, secant theta. So that will be a correct way to write down this proof. How many of you guys got this one right? Okay, some of you guys good. Yes, Austin.
23.
23. What does 23 says?
1 minus cosine theta
1 minus cosine
divided by sine theta
divided by sine theta
equals cosecant theta
cosecant CSC theta
minus cotangent theta.
cotangent theta. Yeah. This one is split. I think you did yesterday. Oh, yesterday you do the one on the right hand side. So you said you are the first one to suggest me, says I'm gonna do the one on the right hand side. See, I still remember what you did. So you said, can I change to this? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then there's already some denominator, so it's already proved. You did an easier step, but what I told students is I actually don't prefer that. It's not because I don't prefer that, it's good. I would give you points on the test anyway. It's I prefer to see this is the bottom's one term, so it'll be 1 over sine theta minus cosine theta over sine theta, and that's equal to CSC of theta minus COT of theta equal to CSC of theta minus COT to theta. Do you remember this? That you exactly same question. Not the same question, maybe different format. Emerson, do you have questions?
I was gonna ask you about 19, but you already went over.
That's the only one you have? Okay, Nathan?
Can you go over 21?
What does 21 says?
And do it over. Get
10 squared theta
yeah. Secant
over secant theta?
equals secant theta minus cos theta.
Secant theta minus what?
cos theta.
Cosine theta. Okay, so mm, are you sure you write down the question right? It's right? Okay. So can I write this as sine theta over cosine theta? But can I write it twice? I have no idea how to do this question, so I'm just gonna wing it. Is that okay? And hold on a second. Do I want to do that? Okay, so times 1. This is secant theta, so it's 1 over cosine theta. And then I'm gonna do keep change flip. So it'll be sine theta. Oh, don't copy down anything yet. So 1 over cosine theta cancel out. And that becomes sine squared theta over cosine theta. Oh, so I can think of what's the best way. Oh, duh, I can do this way. I can do the left side. So let me try to do left side here. And I'm not going to erase the right side, so that's going to be 1 over cosine theta minus cosine theta. Would that be better? Hold on. Multiply by cosine theta over cosine theta. So that's equal to cosine theta. Oh yeah, this is better. And then you can change that sine. Well, I can, this is already matched because on the left side I get this, on the right side I can do this. So what I say by not doing both sides at the same time is I'm doing both side one side at a time. So I finish to this part and I finish all the way to this part, I get this answer. But let me see if I can go all the way to even tangent square. So that's equal to sine over cosine times sine theta. So that is equal to I don't know. I think those must be a shorter way. So tangent theta, sine theta, and I can divide by top and bottom by sine theta, cosine theta. So I can do cosine theta over cosine theta. So that's equal to 10 theta. Sine over cosine is going to be 10 theta, and that's equal to 1 over secant theta. So that is equal to 10 squared theta over secant theta. Now I feel like this is probably still not the best way to do it, but you're still gonna get an answer regardless. Yes.
When you got to sine squared theta over cosine theta, I think you could change sine squared theta to 1 minus cosine squared theta.
You are a genius.
And you just split it.
You are a genius. I didn't see that. So sometimes I don't see things. Like I say, this one is Annika, that's definitely a good job. 1 over cosine theta, yeah. Minus cosine squared theta over cosine theta, so it's going to be cosine theta. And that's equal to secant theta minus cosine theta. So yeah, good job. Excellent job to convert that sine squared to 1 minus cosine squared to have that minus sign occur. Definitely a good thing. So I probably won't do it this way. I will do it her way. Now you can probably copy down. But another thing is you have to have a good handwriting. Yes.
Theta over cosine theta just equals minus cosine.
Because you split this. Does that make sense? Yeah, so that means cosine times cosine, right? So this times this. This cancels out with this, right? Good thinking, Monica. Next question. Yes, Marty. Sure. What's 27 says?
Get data plus cosine data over 1 plus sine data.
Over 1 plus what?
1 plus
Uh-huh.
secant data.
That's it? Did I copy down the question right? No? Oh, is tangent of data? Sorry, tangent of data plus cosine data over 1 plus sine data? Okay, I'm gonna rewrite that. So what kind of strategy that we're gonna be doing here? What kind of strategy?
Sine over cosine.
Sine over cosine, that's a good start. Plus cosine over 1 plus sine. Good. Then what do I do next? Common denominator. Good. So I needed this side to be what? 1 plus cosine theta? Oh, 1 plus, wait, hold on. 1 plus sine theta. I lied. 1 plus sine theta? 1 plus sine theta? Does that make sense so far? And I'll multiply this side by what? I think we have a similar question yesterday on the notes. So it'd be the bottom is now is unified, so it's 1 plus sine theta times cosine theta. And this one is going to be sine theta plus sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta is equal to secant theta. Obviously, this is the brown bear, what we see, right? So that's going to be sine theta plus 1 over 1 plus sine theta times cosine theta is equal to secant theta. So these two are associated property. I can change this. I can say cancel out because 1 plus sine theta is the same thing as sine theta plus 1. So technically, I can cancel out. I still leave a 1 outside still. Every time I cancel, I leave 1 here. So that's going to be secant theta equal to secant theta. And that's the answer here. It's all algebra. It's not something crazy. Next question. Somebody answer that? Astrid. Huh? Just pick it up the phone. Just say hi. It's a mysterious room. Huh? You can try. Thank you, Ian.
Hello. Missed call.
Yes. Next question. No questions? Hi, Jay.
Can you go over 11?
11, sure. What's 11?
Cosecant theta
Cosecant data?
minus sine theta
Okay.
equals cotangent theta
Okay.
cosine theta.
Cosine data like this? Okay. I'll probably work on the left hand side, so it'll be 1 sine theta minus sine theta is equal to cotangent theta cosine theta. And I need to combine like term. So I need to combine fractions, so it'll be sine theta over sine theta. So that's going to be sine theta over 1 minus sine squared theta is equal to cotangent theta cosine theta. So what I learned from Annika is she says that this can have conversion, right? What is 1 minus sine squared theta change to? Cosine squared theta. So equal to cotangent theta, cosine theta. So sometimes I learn a lot of things from student, actually. A lot of things I teach throughout the year, I learn from students. So something I cannot do right away. I used to have this kid named Hannah Bree. She went to Johns Hopkins. Very, very smart kid girl. And she, every time I would assign a question like 1 to 67 odd or something like that, and student would be like, yeah, hey, Mr. How do I do question 67? I'm like, shit, I have no clue how to do this. And I'd be like, yeah, I know how to do it. Hannah, you want to show the student how to do it? So Hannah would get up, do it at a second period. And by the time by fifth period geometry, I was like, oh yeah, I learned from her. I know how to do it. So somebody asked me 67 on question on period 5. I'll be, yeah, this is how you do it. How come you guys don't know? So the thing is, you have to learn as quick somebody teaches something, you have to learn that skill and you have to be able to translate it. That doesn't make me dumb. Well, Hannah is definitely smarter than me, for sure. Okay? But that doesn't make me dumb because I learned it, I can get information for her, I can express it right away. That makes me adoptive. I'm not smart, but I'm adoptive. Okay, so that is going to be, again, that's going to be cosine theta. Why? Because that's shadow cone. So that's going to be cotangent theta times cosine theta. Great question. Without help of last one, I probably will get stuck on this one as well. Because I haven't done this for, I don't know, 6 years. I haven't taught pre-cal for 6 years. No other questions? Yes. What does 13 says? Tangent theta, hold on a second. Chill.
Times cotangent theta
Uh-huh.
over secant theta is equal to sine theta.
You're gonna do this one. Convert everything to sine and cosine on the left-hand side. And you should be able to finish that. Okay, I'm gonna give you a new question today. So I'm gonna give you that we went over the homework and you gotta be able to do this. So we're gonna give you more practice question today. So that way you can do. But I'm gonna give you a question that it's kind of, I call it loop. Usually this is more better question. So there was a loop questions. There was things. I'm gonna go over the last 7 minutes. First of all, we're gonna talk about loop questions. The question that we're gonna talk about loop is this: secant of x plus 1 over 10 of x is equal to 10 of x over secant of x minus 1. Now, this is a question that is going to give you loops. Now, this is much harder questions. Why do I know that it's going to be loop? Because if I split this, right? If I split this, it's going to be secant x over 10 of x plus 1 over 10 of x. So that's going to be cotan of x, right? So if I do that, it's going to be cotan of x. And the other side is not going to help me solve the problem. So you can actually apply one more technique. And this technique is called conjugate. So conjugate is only an upper in binomial, right? What is a conjugate of secant of x minus 1? So I'm going to do this to the right side. It doesn't matter which side I do.
Secant x plus 1.
Good. Secant of x plus 1 over secant of x plus 1. So what is on the bottom here? What's the bottom if I were to FOIL that? Secant square of x minus 1. It's a difference of a square. Tan of x times secant of x plus 1. Can anybody tell me what is secant square of x minus 1 is? Good job. Why? Look on the board over there. It's the, I'd say the blue horse one. So it's going to be all the way at the bottom. Says tangent square of theta plus 1 equal to secant square of theta. But you can move the 1 over. It's going to be tangent square of theta. Does that make sense? Tangent square of theta, can I write down 10 theta times 10 theta? Actually, x in this case. Right? So it'll be 10 of x plus secant of x plus 1. So this cancel out, done. So in terms of this, now you can figure out this question. So conjugate becomes one of the tools that you can utilize today. And this is a harder one because it talks about a much complex one compared to before. Now, a lot of times you have to have some type of creativity. So we're going to give you some of those questions that you have to have a creativity to get it. So this is one of them. Now, the next one is going to be this one. It's one that you had to work on both sides. I don't know if I have enough time. If I don't have enough time, then I'll finish in the class on the video. So now this one looks kind of difficult. So this one requires you to work both sides, but you're going to work one side at a time. So what do I need to do with this side? Huh? Combine fractions. Good. So what's least common denominator? It's 1 plus cosine of x, 1 minus cosine of x. Is that okay? So yeah, so we're going to multiply this one by 1 minus cosine of x and 1 minus cosine of x. Is that okay? I multiply this side by 1 plus cosine of x and then 1 plus cosine of x. So what I'm going to get is, on the bottom, what is the bottom? No, 1 minus cosine square of x. On the top, it's going to be 1 minus cosine of x plus 1 plus cosine of x. Does that make sense? So that's going to be 2, right? Is that okay? Can I change this to, what can I change this to? Yes. Because 1 plus 1. They cancel out. No, that's okay. Anybody have any questions? Okay, the class is over. I'm going to finish this question. But watch the end. So 2 over sine square of x equal to 2 plus 2 cotan of x. Now, the moral story is you have to do adjustment on the right side now. So I'm going to do adjustment on the right side. Miona, are you doing better? With Safa next to you? Yeah, Safa, don't ask dumb question.
I literally predicted this. I told you, like, if you move me away from her, I'm gonna do bad. I told you.
You shake your head when you see me. What?
Because I'm mad at myself
What?
yesterday.
Oh, what?
My test. I need to talk.
The second part, I didn't give you all the questions. I didn't give you all the questions. Look, you really need to pick it up a little bit. Did you do your homework? Look, hold on a second. This is all the part of the question. Sorry, I'm gonna print out the last part. Water polo season is really getting to you, huh? You and Austin both. Now Austin's not as bad as you because his stuff is a lot easier than yours.
That and I told you about the state competition for the cooking. So to qualify for that, I go to a national one against colleges, and then that's a full ride scholarship for the line.
Yeah. But can you come out from like 60 years working on it? Hey, Lisa. What's up? How's life?
I just can't sleep.
It's like there, like she was too busy doing that work.
Yeah. This side cannot see. So I don't know what happened to this side. you like your face on the side. That's pretty good. How was it?
I see leader right here, bro. I missed it. Look, I had the chicken without my shoe. I can't jump to you, really? I'm already, you know I'm heading in late. Oh, really? He doesn't know, man. No, except for rating me.
You ready for a test? Wow. Today?
I don't have my calculator. I can't find it. No, I'll take it tomorrow. Like, I did FTC. I did it
You know how to do your equation?
pretty easy. Well, I didn't think sound well. Only thing I'm scared about is rating right now, but I just do this. And then cross section, that's it.
No, we're not doing cross section. We're just finding error between the curve. I think a lot of people are struggling with this, right?
It was really easy.
It was
Stop,
hard.
stop, man.
It was.
How come I can do it? I was wrong.
Yeah, bro, it says over, bro. Look like.
Hold on, let me show you. Let me show you.
You didn't try. You tried to touch before.
Yeah, no. I got to question 6.
Oh.
You know what happened? Every single question.
Wrong. It was wrong.
I wish I could have saved this video. I was watching this on our Instagram video.
You know you can save it to your meals, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I did.
I saw this guy. This guy. The wolf of Wall Street, but not the other guy.
Jordan Belfort.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know. The guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he didn't see me, but like he was like,
Yeah.
he was like training the first guy.
And he was coming. He was like,
I don't know.
yeah. He was a weird dude. Like,
He's like, and I saw this video of him. He's like, don't half-ass it. Look at it. If you half-ass it in your life, you always gonna have regret. Like what you could have done. So that is half-ass. Question 6.
It'll get fully done by today.
I'm gonna call you question 6. Nickname from now on.
I didn't even get the questions. I did it this morning at 5 in the morning. I got the first 3. But they were good. It was good work. And yeah, 5 in the morning, they come on.
But yeah, all I could do was like 15 minutes to do.
Questions do not.
Yeah, that one.
Dude, question was long.
Dude, it's literally just do that thing.
Yeah, man, look, 2 times.
All right. So this is question 3. Last meet yesterday, I cut off the wrong point. I don't know if I told you.
Oh, okay.
I supposed to do it from 2 to 4 rather than 1. So that's why I got now 2. But it's actually just going from here to here.
Where's she at?
4? Okay. All right. 3, you done? Okay.
Well, it's actually.
Kevin, did you do homework?
Yes, I did my homework.
You know what you're doing?
For the one part, yeah.
I think like
And he's like,
No,
I think like it sounds like that shakiness in his voice.
no.
The most part, like what's the definition of most part?
Tell me, show you how to do the first 2. And I did the response.
Did you get a right answer?
But like, I actually took things slow. Like, I actually took like 10 minutes to do one question.
Yeah, I'll take things slow. It's starting. Okay. So for this particular question, I draw it out. And if you don't know how to draw, ask that motor drawer for you to see what the region. Okay, what is the region? So that may draw it out and help you to understand that. All right, you should cut. They say the first quadrant, so it doesn't including this part, which is that's what's kind of hard is. You have to make sure you do 2 separate integrals. Why do you do 2 separate integrals? Because there's top and bottom. There's top and bottom. Bottom's different between here and here. And bottom 0 in this case, the bottom is equal to, I don't know, x minus 2. But you also need to find this x intersect because that's where the cutoff is. Yesterday I accidentally did like this is 1, but this should be 2. That's why your cutoff should be 2. And then the problem is you are gonna do is this. You're gonna set up your integral on your calculator. And you're gonna come out with the right answer, then you go back to work it out. That's the best way because you don't want to waste time if your setup's wrong. If your setup's wrong, your answer is wrong, there's no point doing all the work. Because this work is also a hard work. And I just yell at Laxmi like, oh, after school, write your shit correctly. Because her handwriting's like this, and she working on the side, and she working back, and she working on the side. I have no idea what you're doing. No offense to you, I'm just trying to help you.
No.
It's like a constructive criticism. I know I'm hard, but I just want to help students. Just make sure you do things right. Okay, so a lot of you guys like just write this and work out something on the side. No, walk it through. Walk it through. This is how the work's supposed to see when I see your work. Not some calculations here, some calculations here, some calculations here. No, you gotta work through. And this is my answer 10 over 3. The interesting thing is this part is actually cancel out with that part because you don't need to evaluate that part, so it actually cancels out. So that makes this problem slightly trickier than normal because this will end up canceling things out. Do you have any questions on this particular question? This one's hard.
Case about the splitting shot.
Did you not get it?
Okay, so you don't get why you have the split part, right? Can anybody come here and explain it? Because sometimes you hear my voice, your brain just shut off. So I'll let other people.
So pretty much like this. That's the 0, 2. It's like a normal integral, right? We can just take the integral of this line and like this area. But for here you can't because the normal integral is like all of this. So you have to take the integral of this part. We have to subtract it by the integral of this part. So this area right here is canceled out and that will be this like three.
You just messed up my whole graph. I had a beautiful graph.
Can you explain that again?
Yeah.
I makes sense.
Alright, well, give me a hard time.
Alright, this is like a normal integral, yeah?
Yes.
If this is going to here, you take the integral of 0 to 2, you get this area. But if you do that here, and let's say I do 2 to like 4, I get all of this area. But the only area that's bounded by this line is here.
Yes.
So I need to subtract this. So do that. I take the integral of the whole thing and I subtract it by the integral of this line on this integral.
It's
So
top
this cancels out. Yeah.
How would you subtract the bottom? Like, because, or how do you get rid of the bottom part?
Let's call this line A. Call this. Do that. You get this area minus the small area. You're gonna also put.
And they have the same balance?
Yeah, because it's both x equals 2x plus 4. You're not changing your x value, you're just changing.
So the A is just top function and then B.
Yeah. I'm just not trying to write up.
Well, why are you including the left part?
Which part?
The part on yeah.
This is bounded by this line. We're finding what's bounded by this line, and this. That is this area closed in between all the lines. This we just separate it because it's easy. This is we're going to subtract the bigger.
Don't worry with my graph.
Dude, it's not. It's just.
You're probably a teacher, dude.
They will have respect.
Sorry, sensei.
I'm ready.
Wow.
No,
Alright. Are you serious? I can't see.
No, it's
Actually,
so
yeah.
far on this graph, they just ruined it.
Yeah, do you know Master Ubre?
He's the goat.
You don't know him?
What's that? Something
The
finger
turtle from Kung Fu Panda.
The turtle?
What is that? What is it? It's something about the hole, the finger hole. You throw somebody over.
Oh, like this thing?
No.
Whooshy figure bowl.
Huh? Yeah, what's it called?
Whooshy figure bowl.
Whooshy finger bowl. I know that. Alright, Teresa has a question. Yeah.
What was the product thing with horizontal and vertical?
I'm glad you asked that. Because I'm gonna use this question to show you that this amount of work that we can do it much more efficient to do this correct work. I'm glad Teresa asked that. So remember, there's a vertical. All the things we did yesterday is vertical. That's all dx. Everything dx. Is that okay? So I'm glad you asked that because I'm gonna work this, and you're gonna be like, I don't have enough room to work through all that because yesterday worked so much, right? Where do they intersect? What white value they intersect? And you know it didn't intersect at 4, but what is the y value? 2. Good job. Now, what happened is, I'm going to get this equation. What is the equation, by the way? Y is equal to square root x, right? And then y is equal to what? What? X minus 2. Now, what happened is, I need to solve for x this time. There is a reason why we solve for x. Because we do it in the horizontal orientation, this one, so much less work. It's much more efficient. Not every question is like this, but this is the one question that will be so much less work. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this orientation. So the same graph, I'm gonna redraw it here. Right, same graph is like this. Same graph is like this. Now what happened is I want you to tilt your head just sideways. Like this becomes the top. This becomes the bottom.
What do you mean?
Oh, so you're gonna give me some white pants, bro.
90 degrees to the right.
You can't do that.
This is gonna be the top function. This is the bottom function.
Wait,
Why is it-
how is it tilted 90? That one's the.
No, we just look at this region here. That if you, so that's why I call it right minus left. Yesterday, did I write down the note says right minus left? It's a right function minus left function if the horizontal orientation. Yes.
Wait, it's always right function minus left function?
If you do it in terms of horizontal perspective.
I got left minus right. This is
Huh?
left minus right on mine.
You must be on track.
No.
Right minus left.
Hey,
We go back to what we
You
did.
said left minus right.
I did? Holy shit, I'm sorry. I'm on track. It's right minus left. I'm sorry, Teresa.
What
Okay,
are you talking about? You're left and right.
so this is the right function minus left function.
Yeah.
But my video says right minus left, right? Then maybe not in class, but I'm pretty sure it's right minus left.
In terms of
So
right.
I'm gonna go ahead and solve it. So x is equal to y squared. Is that okay?
Yeah.
This is x equal to what? Y plus 2. So I'm gonna write down this function. This one is what? Y plus 2, right? And this one is what? Y squared. So what I'm gonna do is, if I'm doing this orientation, so I'm calculating the area this way. So it's top minus bottom if you turn your head. Top minus bottom, so it's right minus left. So it's gonna be 0 to 2. Is that okay? What's the right function? Or what is the top function here?
Can you just explain what you got in 0 to 2?
Because we say 0 to 2, because if you don't know, plug in 4 into here, you know the y value is 2. Plug in 4 into here. Is that okay?
Yeah, but what do you get in 0?
0 is 0. 0 is where it stops. So the way you calculate the area is from here to all the way here.
Yeah.
And top subtract bottom. Okay, so what is the right functions here? Right minus left. Okay, so what is right minus left?
Y plus 2.
Y plus 2? Minus what?
Y squared.
Y squared. Make sure you always put parentheses. Remember yesterday? That's it.
Wait, aren't they the same graphs technically though?
It's a graph, but you're doing y perspective.
Like how are they drawn different?
They're not different. It's just you look at a horizontal orientation rather than vertical. Yes, Adam.
Is there like a way to determine when you use like horizontal? Like obviously this one, like you can skip the like split it.
Exactly. So the way I'm going to give you a question says, you have to determine are they vertical or horizontal. He's asking a good question. How do you determine? Do I want to do 2 integral or 1 integral? Or I prefer to do whatever's easier to get it shit done. Okay, can somebody type in a calculator for this? 0 to 2, this? I don't want to do it because I want to show you how to do a calculator. And we can check the answer. Are they matching? 10 over 3 is what? Converted to decimal is what? 3.33333, right? Hopefully this will work out to be. Otherwise, I should get 5. Well, I should get 5 yesterday. Less minus, right? Yes.
Isn't top minus bottom y squared minus seven?
No. If you tilt your head this way, which function's on the top?
I don't see why it's squared. I just don't understand how the bottom's on top.
Okay, how about this? You turn this graph this way. What's on the top?
So you're turning your left to the left, like this. Not like this.
If I, this is top, and this is the bottom. What's the function on the top? If you turn it sideways, this becomes the top, this becomes the bottom, right? This is the top function, this is the bottom function, right?
Yeah.
Easy. It's the right answer, right?
I did the same thing.
It's not so much easier.
Yeah, it's so much easier.
Now the thing is, you had to go through the suffering to appreciate this. Because not all question is, and some question is, the vertical orientation is actually the other way. So sometimes you can much do it easier to do a vertical orientation than horizontal. Because you want to choose the one where you do 1 integral rather than 2. Does that make sense? Okay. Remember that one question that has a function like this, as this? It's like this, right?
Oh yeah, question 3.
Question 3. So now I want you to do that question and use the right minus left. I'm so sorry. Go back to your notes if I was on crack yesterday. Then go back to say right minus left. Now, Teresa, is this the right function? This is righter than this one, right? So right minus left. So question 3. I want you guys to work through question 3. Using calculator, work it out.
You always say that.
I'm about to throw a marker at you.
Listen, hope that's a bunch of
Europe?
Huh?
Europe?
No, I didn't read the question about like see there.
So remember this question. What's on the top? What's on the bottom? What's the boundaries? And work it out on your calculator. Don't work through your hands first. Work through on calculator first.
For these simple questions, we always do calculator.
You do calculator first. you gotta listen.
I'm not deaf.
Okay, well, come here. Which year that you're not deaf? Okay.
Oh no, this year's deaf. But this year's deaf.
Which one? Okay, come here. Come here. Turn the other side. There we go. Okay, Kevin. And look at me at the same time. There we go. You're gonna set up first using graphing calculator. Work out the answer. Make sure the answer is matching with the answer sheet. Why are you doing? What if you set up wrong? If you set up wrong, it's not gonna get it correct. So you do all this work for nothing. That make sense? Yep.
On the third.
Now you gotta convert everything to x equal to instead of y equal to, right?
Wait, I need to convert y equals 4 to x.
Y equal to 4x.
So this is x equal to
Y equal to what?
y equal to 4.
4? You don't need to do that because that's the
I'm already in y.
yeah, but that's the boundary. Give it here. Stupid question. From you.
Listen.
Maybe I do miss you though.
I told all my teammates. But not really. They kind of like just. I was watching your video about movie. My roommate was like, who is that guy?
Just type in x, don't type in y though. In your calculator, it's always doing conversions. They need to do type in y.
No.
Okay, good. Sydney doesn't know how to do integral.
I figured it out.
After sitting outside for half an hour.
Oh, you find the
It's like calculator is fine now.
intersection is the intersect, then you kind of like go here. Okay.
You get it?
Me?
Yeah.
Nah. Huh?
And then you
It's like, I'm just trying to figure out how.
You have to convert it in terms of x equal to.
Yeah,
Is that the in terms of y?
Yes. I think that's, I'm trying to do it.
Yeah, 74.
Like, I understand it, how, why you wrote this.
So literally nothing for us.
So does y be
And then
connected?
what graph?
The Paul?
It's like in the poll.
You don't have part of it?
One five on top.
No, I know like that's how it's.
So
Explain what.
this one was
Yeah,
really
but like.
the graph.
I don't
They
think
take
they're-
the
they're-
x and then that's the y squared.
This would be the top function.
Anyways.
Right minus left. Turn your head. Your right's on the top. Your left's on the bottom. Go back to your notes. I'm sorry.
Integration of 4 minus, this is
Oh, you have to do the intersection.
y squared minus x.
What's the function of the y equal to square root x, right? And this is the y equal to y. Second one was x.
We not including the That's the effective way. I can do like logic. I know how to do like that.
So you got
So here you got it.
Now,
Okay, make sure the two got it.
oh,
you tell me like what?
And then you got it. Okay, can you make sure you group understand? Alvin, you got it? Okay, so Alvin, help out Kevin, and Landon, help out Eli. Oh, you got it? You got it? Use your calculator.
Is it the top? So this is top.
You're not just right minus left. Which one?
Is it minus this one?
What line is the
The one at negative line is.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're negative one was there.
Yeah.
So basically, now it's like a 4 line.
Oh, like for your.
Yeah, so if you take it down by the 4 line, it'll be 0.
Everything.
Amanda, you understand or no? Yeah? So
How come you don't
remember, you have to try to set up first and to see if they got a right answer.
How come you don't do
I don't know what the negative, but if you literally like
I mean, yeah, it's backwards.
Oh, so including Y,
yeah, because it gives you the line. It's not that hard. Just flip the paper. Flip the paper. Dude, this actually just gonna be like
Teresa, no?
No,
What?
it's a lot more.
Okay, which one?
This is the
Come here.
like 53.
Wait, okay. First,
Okay, that's.
Turn to the right. Which hand are you? Which hand are you? Right hand or left hand? Okay.
Wait, what? Is that a minus
so
or not?
you're having it show the X, right? So I can do my finger.
No, hold on, no, it's not turn your head.
Now
Yeah.
you remove the
Turn right, right.
Okay, I fumbled. Alright, that's problem. So you can do it separately.
I went in there for an extra.
First, I was already got you can ask the question to calculate. But anyway, if you do vertical, you have to do that separate. Top minus bottom, you have to open and top minus bottom. Yeah, so we have to do that beside it.
Okay, I can help you solve it now.
Try to grab, try to think. Evan, not hit. You did it? You understand it? Back to big question.
From 0 to 4.
Tomorrow you have quiz, okay?
Wait, tomorrow you have a question?
You guys know how to do this? It's gonna be based on the 12 questions.
Oh my.
You have to still work, so you still have to practice your work. Vaccine. That means you have to write shit organized.
Wait, vertical and we're gonna do vertical and
I
horizontal.
might give you one of each. Or I might use one to ask you to do two.
So this is very, or now.
I'm your off, yes.
Yes, you are an author.
It's all in your mind. You can do it or you cannot do it.
So you literally on the calculator.
the integral.
Yeah, go to 4.
So you have any questions about this one? Okay.
No, because we tilted it, so technically it's probably value 4. But because we tilted it, only positive for change. But then you use 0 to 4 integral of y. Yeah.
No. It can be either way. Sometimes horizontal in a split, sometimes vertical.
And you do minus.
Really depends. But anyways, so always top minus bottom. If you can do one integral, come here. Some of you guys still don't know how to decide vertical or horizontal. Imagine that this, right? If I have a graph like this, and if you have this, like this, right? This, it's best to do it vertical or horizontal. It's the best to do it vertical or horizontal in this case. It's actually horizontal. Because horizontal is better because you're gonna do one integral. Because top minus bottom, right? All the way through to here. See, this is top minus bottom or right minus left. If I were to do it vertical, I have to do it which way? I have to do it this way, one. Right, this is top minus bottom, two separate things, right? And you got to do here. So two separate integrals, top minus bottom, top minus bottom. But if you do it in y, you gotta make sure the function is gonna be in terms of y. So you have to solve x equal to something. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And the boundary is also switched because this case is 0 to 16 for green one. For the orange one, it's 0 to negative 16 to 0. So there are two separate integrals here. So which way you want to do? It's all decide which was easier. You gotta be the one that deciding for that. I cannot decide for you. Can you do this question two different ways? Yes, absolutely. That's what the worksheet's for. You can do it two different ways. Using calculator setup, do it, and to make sure your setup is right. I need you to be 100% precise on your setup. Because on your AP exam, it's only a matter of setup. The evaluation doesn't matter. For your quiz, I do give a shit that you work all the way through. And without making stupid errors.
You do the setup?
Huh?
You do the setup?
Setup for this one?
Yeah. Can you flip it? Not really. I don't know. I can't like see it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I understand it logically. but I don't see the setup.
if I do it horizontally, right? If I do it this way,
It's gonna be like -4 to 0.
what's the boundary?
-4 to 0.
No,
Like if you flip it,
no.
I don't know.
Is this the y value? 0. Without the boundary.
Then you flip it the other way.
You're not flipping anything. Just go your head.
Not 0, and my point is 4.
So it's you start integral from here to end at here. Start here, end at here. But when every time you start integral from 0 to 1, it's that small change, small line. You add all the lines together.
Mhm.
So it's 0 to 4, you're adding all the line. The top function is square root of x. So y equal to square root of x, x equal to what? Y squared, right? Minus y equal to -1/4 x, then it's gonna be what? 4y negative equal to x. So it'll be negative 4y dy. So much easier compared to the other setup. Because the other setup you need to do vertical into two separate integral from here to here, stop first, and then go from here to here. No, for horizontal 0 to 4. Vertical is -16 to 0, 0 to +16. Try it, right? Type in the calculator, try your setup, see if it's right, go through all the questions, go through all the motions. The only way you will learn is you're gonna go through
Repetition.
essence class. Look, put your phone away, I need you to lock in. I'm very upset at you right now.
Can we get a calculator on the test?
Can you have a calculator? No. You gotta learn how to do it without a calculator.
Alright.
But all the questions, especially on the calculator, the questions in the back, those, if that's on the calculator section, I can give it to you. But I'm not gonna give you one that you need a calculator.
So this area right here.
Depending on how you rotate it. Yeah, so it's gonna calculate over here, all the way down. So you basically adding the difference between the lines and adding all the lines like here. You're adding the, you're adding horizontal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, this y minus 2. So, I don't know. Question 2.
0 to 2. Vertical, you only have to do 1.
That's why we're doing work. Because I did actually. Oh, you want me to summarize?
Depends which orientation you choose.
Area to do, and then this area. Why is there
What? Oh, you already know.
So in this case, we want to do top bottom.
Is right.
I'm black. It's
I don't care about that because I think that's because I
Is it your leap year?
and I got stop right here.
That's why I actually did not order.
That's why I asked.
Well, that's not about.
Right?
Oh.
Vertical, you gotta stop here. Reason why top and bottom not uniform. The top bottom, if you keep on going doing the same thing, right? Imagine you do here. That's gonna only combine the but
So,
you have to take account of this part is two separate angles. One integral, do a second integral because top and side.
What is button?
Before you do question 12, so are you trying to find the area that you call which one is it?
This top is for X, this is the bottom. This is the top, this is the bottom.
I don't think we're
You're saying that now, but
at the
It's not actually how I think. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I think
I did the same thing. I was
Dude.
Oh.
this shit.
Yeah.
How is
So you
it
get
back
all
to
that square.
E to the X, use your calculator. You do calculator.
Well, you said it's not.
Oh, this one you have to use calculator. You can have to with top. You have to find intersection though. Using calculator to find intersection. Do you guys know how to use the calculator to find intersections? Okay, then you should finish question 9.
Yes,
Well, now I'm not
I
doing
don't
it.
know if I was gonna.
Question 6.
Well, there's no never play, bro. I swear, bro.
Yeah, you know what the journey is?
You know, I think a little better than the like that closer to the field. Usually that's this time I stand over here. So if I sit like right here, I'm getting 100.
The problem is like 20 people want to
I'm gonna start with the other that and we'll like we won't see this here.
So this guy right
Yeah, so.
I don't even know why you're not.
This one I said.
You don't need to like right you need to now you don't need to.
This is right. Right? If I just take this line, if I calculate the area, it's gonna be all the way here. All of it. But if you subtract the value, it's negative. Yeah, so it becomes that. Yeah. Alright.
Yes.
So happy to be back. I'm happy.
I know my track. I should have guessed.
11.
I've never told you to talk to you.
Oh, really?
I got a second notion on this.
Well,
The area.
the area, okay, the intersection.
Yeah, so integral is the definite integral is area of the curve, but that's not how you.
Okay, factor that.
Okay. Okay, cool. No, not about formula. It's really just top minus bottom. It's not even right minus left. It's just top minus bottom. If you just think about it clearly, it's top minus bottom.
This.
Because yesterday we talked about if you want to find,
So first, this one,
Okay, now go here about.
if you want to find an area
and then one.
No.
like here, right?
If
you want to find this
right,
area right
minus
here.
left, right.
Oh my gosh, right.
The whole idea is right? We have to find an area.
Yeah.
Oh, here to here.
Not because it's y axis, right?
And then minus the area.
Oh, so, and.
Because if you take this minus this, I'm gonna get this.
I like to do calculator version. Oh, sorry, that's pretty good. I was hoping Y equals 1.
Your y equals
So the top function is square root of x. If I'm not, so my bottom function, if I look at it all the way here, then it's gonna be square root of x minus this function. X minus 2.
and then like one up
It's gonna be like this, but I'm not, I'm excluding that. So therefore my bottom function is actually 0. And that's why I write here, I write down square root of x, I write down minus 2. Maybe I'll help you. 0 x.
I get it. So, this is the top.
Hold on. You're not allowed to ask a question. You have to ask something else. Well, people have to respond.
You want to say this?
No, they have to.
It's not there.
I get it.
You're number one.
Oh.
I've done it. Whatever, 12.
It's just-
Which one's the top? No, because it is built out like
Oh, no, I got it. She like asked her so many questions like that.
You gotta do it on your own. You have brain. The problem is you didn't put effort. She did.
Okay, because you don't have.
You're at question 6. It's question 12.
Okay, but I did every question 2 times. Thank you, I did all questions too. Listen, the first time I asked the first question, it was wrong. I did it again, and it was so wrong. So I did it again, and then I got it right.
Oh, you don't have that.
Failure is better than seeking after.
Struggle is
Wait, is the homework is horizontal?
Yeah, sometimes you have to break out the things. Use your calculator set up.
That's the balance. That's the way you're finding. What do you think if I intersection for?
I did this wrong.
Tell me.
Show you how to calculate intersection by hand. I'm gonna look at it.
What is that? No.
Yeah, that's right.
I just want it easier to do this way.
I
do long.
Remember, say vertical.
I plug it in.
Plug it in.
I get it.
Mine is.
Sophia, did you do 6?
Yeah.
Look, you're finding by
Okay.
here. So this is
Okay, this is
I don't know. Just at least you can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'm
Well, it's hard to grab that off your head.
It's a lot, yeah. I had to look this up, that.
Yeah, that was.
If you did want to grab it though, like
No, that-
I thought this was like
Again,
negative.
I feel like that's
It's not.
Okay, come on, let's do it again.
That was all.
2/3. Wait, question 6?
Minus 5/6.
And I found like.
Question 6, I posted a picture on that thing.
Yeah, I did. But I was saying, like, I was talking about how to grab it as from.
Okay, what was the function?
X equals 1 vertical to the
Okay, Kevin, you have all your numbers ready. Okay, so
Why go to what?
do all your whole numbers. Don't turn everything to fractions. Don't turn everything to fractions immediately. Solve them when you
So the thing is about this is right here. So it's gonna be something.
Just give me 5/6, negative 5/6.
And y equal to
Plug
what?
in 1, that's 2 minus 1/3 minus.
Okay. And plus 3.
all these numbers correct up here. All the two.
I'm gonna erase those down.
That's negative 2.
It's negative 1 over 6.
Okay, don't solve this first. So you shoot the negative first. So it's better to do dx or dy.
Oh, wait, hold on. I think I got 2.
dy is better. Turn your head this way. It's only half my thought. One.
This is the regular. This is the
If you do it vertically, then you have to do this is half the thought. Half the thought. You have to cut it to that.
What is that?
Well, we don't know. So we had to set this equation.
Oh,
The negative out's
Equal
fine. Okay,
to-
do the 2, find 2 and 4, and then 2 over here.
We want to find out the actual.
Yeah, I'm gonna go first.
okay, long this one and this one.
Do it both sides. This gets kind of complicated. So that's minus 2x. That is going to be
It's 2 plus 2 is 4.
Negative.
negative.
How do you find it? Yeah, I can rewrite it so you distribute the negative.
So that's
What
what
you
you
solve it at the end gets me 4. I had to work already on that.
Okay, let's do negative 1/3 minus.
It's gonna be the
It's not a good
solution.
That's one combined with this one.
Doesn't matter. Leave it out. Fine.
Now you have to find out this intersection.
Oh, good.
Okay, now what's
Yeah,
the
where is this? One and which one?
And y squared.
So 1
7 minus
and equal to 2x, right?
Where is she?
I know.
1 equal to 2x. 1 over 2 equal to x.
This
So
was
now you set up this one. You set up it. I already did all the hard part. So you already find out this and this. You just set up the type one.
Oh, what? Bro, it's easy, bro. Just do it yourself. You're not even learning
Do it
anything.
right.
Oh, that's just like,
No.
man, are you sure?
Because
Negative
cut it.
plus negative is.
You're doing more work for yourself.
You don't need a this and this. This is not area we're interested in.
No. What?
You do it.
No.
That's not even trying. It's thinking kind of like.
Oh, this is a weird curve. Negative 8 over 3 minus 1.
Yeah, it's gonna be negative 3.
Wait, for like that? You just like give it negative.
Yeah, you just do a piece by piece. So.
That was like,
It's 1 over 1 minus.
Come on, top max bottom. Your brain's being obsolete.
How did you do it?
Well, gold and
Guys,
what a gold. I mean,
we have 4.
you can go gold here. This guy can make this.
Which was the top function? I'm just like, dude,
You have to solve for it.
Why did teach many people walk out of the restaurant? Because they went to the wrong restaurant. The wrong restaurant.
wait, are you sure? Wouldn't this be the top function?
Top function. So you had to do it in terms of. Which is what? Minus what? What's the bottom function? What's the bottom function? Here or here? Line. Yeah. What is that line? One.
You know, there's a class where you just do this.
Integration from where to where? Find it. We gotta find that one. So you guys said that
okay, no, this is not
equal to 1.
Bro, I literally had it like that. You said it was long. Long.
So we took the 4.
Negative x equals 1.
Took the 4. What's on the top?
It's right.
Yep.
Yeah, that's still 4.
What's the bottom?
So you can flip like.
That's it.
Just 8.
So this is the vertical orientation. I'm trying to horizontal orientation, which is right messed up within those. You know how to do it?
Hey, don't call me. Wait, what do you get?
If you get it wrong,
I did it and then it's in the lab, but keep getting.
Oh, I didn't get any of those.
He's going to make it maybe.
Okay, that your top and bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
negative 1, 2, 0.
Like,
So your top one is negative 1.
Yeah, I can do those. Okay. So you got, yeah.
That's correct.
oh,
Plus the other one. So first of all, don't do it, don't evaluate it, and
I
then
can
you
go back and
calculate it.
It wasn't,
Yeah,
wasn't there like I didn't have. Well, he wasn't there.
Yeah, I got one half. I think I.
So then that means your calculation.
He didn't do stuff.
So let's go back to your calculation. I don't know what your calculation wrong.
Yeah.
Are you supposed to plug in 0 or and plug in negative 1? So negative 1 to the fourth power. Why is that negative?
Thank you so much for your help.
Yeah. Okay, so then you have to distribute negative.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
What's the name that someone called? You guys are more welcome to come after school. You get better. You guys are invited lunch after school.
Yeah, I didn't think it's. I think it's the hardest part.
Sydney, if you need help out, call him. Help you. Huh? Yeah.
I'm steering.
Come after school if you need help. I'll find it. I don't use it because I have my own. These are come after a fifth period. Come work on it. Why is nobody here today?
Yeah,
Okay.
Shoot, I wanted to do my test.
I do too. I like how our tests are
Where do you think it's used?
I yelled the last time I don't do anything.
Yeah, but I want to see it, bro.
I understand, but you gotta calm your nerves. See it eventually.
It's gonna picture this.
But I'm not finished editing it, though.
It's so weird. you're walking down the hall and stand there. Like,
How many people struggled on homework yesterday?
all of it. Because I lost blood. The doctor had my notes, so I kind of forgot. I started. Because she was checking my eye blood. You do your homework and I do everything. So I did my math and